SuperTalk Mississippi media production. It's time to talk about dogs.
Bulldogs have won it.
Talkin Dawgs, that is, with Robbie Faulk, right here on SuperTalk 100.9.
Talkin Dawgs is on your radio here on SuperTalk 100.9, the Golden Triangle, the SuperTalk app, supertalk.fm, the podcast app, YouTube, wherever you're listening. Thank you. I am so excited to talk about the Dogs today. This is Robbie Faulk from Maroon and White Daily on 3 and the Starkville Daily News, and, of course, over at the Thunder and Lightning podcast here on the SuperTalk network. And, man, what a show we have in store for you folks. Last week, I thought we had a great show. We're leading into a big-time weekend for Mississippi State and Starkville, Mississippi, and I don't think I could have predicted what we would see transpire in Starkville last Saturday. An absolutely unforgettable weekend for Mississippi State fans everywhere. If you were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was one of the greatest atmospheres I've ever experienced at Mississippi State. It was the culmination of 2+ years of frustrations from this Mississippi State fan base, from the kids on that football team, from the coaching staff, the administration. All the stars aligned for Mississippi State to have one special night inside Davis-Wade Stadium. And hopefully that one special night leads to many more coming Jeff Lebby's way for Mississippi State and for Starkville, Mississippi. It was a fantastic weekend for the Bulldogs. I don't think it could have worked out any better for this program that was looking for a shot in the arm, that was looking to hit that next step. And hopefully this is just the beginning for Jeff Lebby and company. 24-20, Mississippi State takes down number 12 Arizona State, a team that was returning more talent than just about anybody in the country. The experience that they were bringing back with Sam Levitt at quarterback and Jordan Tyson at wide receiver. Almost the entire defense returned from last season, and Mississippi State went toe-to-toe with this team that they lost to by touchdown in Tempe last year. That ASU team was coming off a 3-win season in 2023. 2024, they win 11 ball games. They win the Big 12. They go to the college football playoff. They take Texas to the brink, a team that was built for a potential national championship. They almost won that ball game. And Mississippi State faced almost that same team. Of course, a big piece was missing in running back Cam Scatabo, but all the same, this just felt like a massive win for Mississippi State, a massive win for the city of Starkville. The reaction that we're seeing around the country from that ball game, how that game played out, it was so big. For a program that just needed some juice, they got it in a big way, and we'll see if they'll be able to sustain it. We're going to talk in full about that ball game. I'm going to talk to you about what happened in the game. I'm going to talk to you about the reaction from it. I'm going to talk to you about the repercussions, what's coming for Mississippi State after this. What can be done? Do your expectations change? There's a lot of questions coming from this. They're all mostly good. There were a couple of negatives coming from the ball game, big injuries to report about, and we'll get into that as well. We're going to hear from Jeff Lebby from his press conference. We'll hear a couple of clips from that, and I'll discuss what we heard from him on Monday morning and what was, I thought, a very spirited conversation with Jeff Lebby, one of the best conversations we've had with him. And we also heard from players, too, in giving their thoughts on the big win as well. We're going to have a segment talking West Point and Starkville and what I saw Friday night and what was an absolutely shocking result as West Point took it to Starkville. So we have some high school to talk about as well. We'll preview the upcoming week for Mississippi State football coming up also. This is going to be a really exciting show, folks. I hope you're buckled in. I want to remind you again, go check this out in podcast form on the SuperTalk app. You can actually if you go to your podcast app, you can search Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk. It's right there. Subscribe to it, like it, share it, give me 5 stars. I appreciate it. And of course, you can listen to us live on supertalk.fm. You can listen to us on the app, and a lot of you listen to us on the radio, and I appreciate wherever you are picking this up It's great to have you with us. A lot of stuff coming your way here in the coming segments. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk.fm.
At Bank Oklahoma, we treat our customers like neighbors, and usually they are. You're more than just an account number. At Bank Oklahoma, you have a name, a family, and hopes and dreams for your financial future. I'm Hunter Robertson at Bank Oklahoma in Bruce. We'd love to earn your business and help you reach your financial goals. Come see me or call 662-983-3700. Bank Oklahoma, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for quality and convenience? Matheson Hardware and Building Supply has you covered. We deliver lumber, roofing, doors, windows, and more straight to your job site. And check out our full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools, plus plumbing, electrical, and Valspar paints for every project. And now we're your local source for guns, ammo, and so much more. For over 100 years, Matheson Hardware has been built on a legacy of customer service you can trust. Go find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them today at 662-263-4583.
Power up your convenience with the 4County mobile app. Managing your electric account has never been easier. With our free mobile app, you can view your bill, balance, and account details, report outages, track restoration progress, and make secure payments online. Stay informed by scheduling alerts and reminders for important account updates. Whether you're at home or on the go, the 4County app puts control in your hands. Download the app today and experience the power of convenience.
Hey, this is William Wells. When you drop your vehicle off with us, you can trust us with our ASC certified technician. We'll take care of everything you need. Brakes, struts, shocks, alignments, check engine light, tune-up, tire sensor, tires, everything. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Starkville, West Point, and Columbus, and let our team give you the championship service you deserve.
Hello, I'm Lee Burrell, proudly serving Oktibbeha County. The Citizens Bank has been serving our community for over 116 years, and I'm proud to be part of this vital community bank. With over 22 years of financial experience in commercial, mortgage, and consumer lending, I'm here to help with all your loan and deposit needs. Call me at 662-323-1420 or stop by my office located at 201 Highway 12 and say hello. I'm looking forward to meeting and talking with you soon. The Citizens Bank, www.thecitizensvilla.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to Talkin Dawgs on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk. I am Robbie Faulk, and I appreciate you guys for once again choosing to spend a few minutes with me here on this beautiful Wednesday, a hump day in Starkville, Mississippi. The air is a little more crisp this week. The coffee tastes a little bit better to you guys here. I'm sure every morning, as Jackie Sherrill always said, you got a chance to push that coffee cup out to the edge of that desk. Let everybody see that big interlocking logo or state script logo. You don't want to put that banner out there, but you can stick your chest out a little bit on that script interlocking this week, I can promise you, because that coffee's tasting a lot better than it has for the last 2 years. And we're going to talk a lot more about that. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors. We have a new one coming your way I'm super excited about that I'm going to talk about in the next segment. But Jess Brantley's been with us from the start since we began this thing last month. Alpha Insurance over in West Point, Mississippi. I saw Jess on Saturday at the football game. He was there getting ready for a big ball game. He was excited. He was confident. And you know what I have confidence in is the fact that Jess Brantley is going to take care of you and all your insurance needs over there at Alpha Insurance in West Point. Jess is there for you in your time of need. He's going to get you set up with your car insurance, with your homeowner's insurance, with your health insurance. Whatever you need insured, Jess and his crew can take care of you. And they're going to take care of you financially too. They're going to help you save because Alpha is the best of the best when it comes to saving money. So you couple saving money into being incredible at what they do as far as customer service. You've got Alpha Insurance. You've got Jess Brantley over there in West Point. 36 South 4th Street over there. You can go see him today right off the main highway in there in West Point. Or you can call him at 662-494-4142. That's Alpha Insurance. Go see Jess today and start saving right now. All right, guys, let's dig into it. Mississippi State, Arizona State. We talked about the ramifications of this game, the possibilities. I didn't think this was a must-win for Mississippi State for Jeff Lebby to succeed. I didn't think that this was as dire as that. I thought that it was more about opportunity for Mississippi State. It was a chance to show the college football world that you are moving in the right direction. This isn't the Mississippi State that we've seen the last 2 years. And I think a lot of people in college football were cheering for Mississippi State to do just that. When you look at what this fan base and what this program has been through, the tumultuous last 3 years of Mississippi State football. When Mike Leach was here, even during the season, that was a 9-win season, there were some rumbles. There were some grumbles, more so, from the fan base. They wanted to see a little more excitement. And I thought Mike Leach brought that to them late in the season. When you look at what he did against Ole Miss, they go get the Egg Bowl against a team that had kind of taken over the rivalry a little bit. It was at least tilting in their favor a little bit. Lane Kiffin had some more juice. There was some thoughts that he might leave for Auburn, and he doesn't. But Mississippi State gets a big win. And I think everybody was starting to get really excited about, the future of the program. It was a 9-win team eventually. They won 8 games in the regular season, which at Mississippi State is a big deal. I mean, that's not something to sneeze at. This is a program that hasn't been able to consistently win 8 to 10 games. And Mike Leach looked like he had some consistency going. Right after the season, your coach tragically passes away in an incredibly untimely way. A guy that, the night before he passed away, I'm spending time with Mike Leach in the living room of my good friend Brian Haydad's. He was, a guy that was full of life that night as much as I've ever seen him. And shockingly, the next day, everything just kind of goes haywire. And it was a tragic passing of Mike Leach, and it also put Mississippi State in a bind. And you have to hire your defensive coordinator to keep your recruiting class together. The bowl game was great, but after that, everything just started going downhill. With Zach Arnett at the helm, you fire him in the middle of the season, you hire a first-time head coach, you hire a first-time defensive coordinator, and Jeff Lebby and Coleman Hutzler, respectively. And things were just, they were not great for the Bulldogs the last 2 years. This Saturday, there was more buzz around this game and this program than I have seen in a long time. I'm going to go back to 2018. The game that I go back to was the Florida game in 2018. Mississippi State was welcoming, very harshly, Dan Mullen back to Davis-Wade Stadium. And the crowd was incredible. The energy was great. Mississippi State loses the game. This was a chance for Mississippi State to have that kind of atmosphere, but this time to finish the job. And they finished the job. 17-0 start to this ball game. Mississippi State had completely rattled Arizona State. Thought there were some opportunities to even build on that 17-0 lead. They should have been up more than that. The end of the half really changed the trajectory of this game a little bit. Mississippi State has a personal foul when the half was about to run out. You're about to go in the locker room up 17-0. I think the outlook of this game and how it plays out is completely different if Mississippi State is able to get a stop right here. And they weren't. They have a personal foul with no time on the clock. Arizona State's able to attempt a field goal. They nail a 51-yard field goal. It's 17-3, and they get the ball back after halftime. And I thought the momentum completely shifted. They get 7 points in the third quarter. They come out in the fourth quarter, and they get another touchdown to tie the ball game up at 17. And then the final drive before Mississippi State's opportunity, they drive 17 plays, 95 yards. They took off almost 9 minutes of clock. It was a demoralizing drive until the final 3 plays of it. So ASU gets inside the 5-yard line, and I was super impressed with how Mississippi State just bowed their necks there. I thought the student section in that particular possession there late was game-changing. because it looked like Arizona State was about to get in the end zone, and you're looking at a completely different game if that happens. Nick Mitchell sticks his head in there, gets a stop on 3rd and goal from the 1, and you force a field goal, and that changes everything. And you could just see, I watched the replay on Sunday, you could see the confidence of Mississippi State's team getting set for that possession. I saw Blake Shapen throwing on the sidelines, and on TV you can see freshman quarterback Kamario Taylor come over to Blake Shapen and tell him, "I believe in you." That gave me chills. Seeing that, watching that on the replay, that gave me chills. To see a freshman quarterback who's competing with this starter and Blake Shapen come over to the veteran quarterback and tell him, "I believe in you," that tells me everything I need to know about Jeff Lebby's program and where he is as a head coach and what he's instilled in these guys and the type of players he's recruiting. And Kamario Taylor was spot on because we saw Blake Shapen drive the team right down the field and deliver one of the biggest plays in Mississippi State history. 58-yard touchdown pass, Brendan Thompson catch and run. It absolutely imploded the stadium at that point. The fans were going absolutely insane as Mississippi State took the lead with 30 seconds left, and Hunter Washington intercepted a pass on the very next play. Just an unbelievable ball game. Blake Shapen, 19 of 33 in this game for 279, 3 touchdowns. You can look at it and you can say he held on the ball for a while, and probably too long. He had 3 sacks, and I think all 3 of those could have been avoided by Blake Shapen. But overall, the end result was a great ball game from this quarterback. 19 of 33 for 279, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He protected the football. He made good decisions for the most part. I thought the offensive line blocked extremely well. Hey, I thought the defense was outstanding in that first half, and then coming up big in the second half on that final possession there. This is just a team that just looks and carries itself so differently than it did a season ago. And I think that makes all the difference. That makes this team, in the perception of it, so different than the way we looked at it last year. I don't go into a lot of these games the rest of the way and say Mississippi State has no chance. I see a team that is going to fight. They're going to get off the field defensively every now and then. They're going to get some defensive stops. They're going to get interceptions and fumbles. I see an offense that still has a ways to go, but, I mean, the guts on that last drive to just drive down the field and score. There's a lot to like about this team, folks. And at 2-0, and you got 2 games the next 2 weeks where you have an opportunity to get to 4-0 before Tennessee comes to town, I like where things are headed for Jeff Lebby and company. We're going to hear from Jeff Lebby when we come back from the break. We have more Mississippi State football to talk about. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back for a little more of this, and still got high school football to talk about as well. So stick around. We still got a lot of time left on this show, and I can't wait to talk more Mississippi State and high school football with you guys. This is Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here at SuperTalk 100.9.
When you're a Yellow Jacket, school spirit isn't just for game day, it's every day. That's why the Citizens Bank created the School Stash debit card for Starkville-Oktibbeha schools. With every transaction, select credit instead of debit, and we'll donate 5 cents to the district. It's an easy way to show your pride and support local schools with every purchase. Stop by 201 Highway 12 and get your School Stash debit card today. The Citizens Bank, in your corner every day. Member FDIC.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota MX Series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity and transmission options. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
Visit H&R AgriPower, your local Kubota dealer at 841 South Frontage Road in Columbus. H&R AgriPower has the power to get you more.
Looking to get the most out of your land? Trust the experts at Good Hope Land and Timber, your full-service land and timber company with years of experience in forestry and land management. From land and timber purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting, our team handles it all, safely, efficiently, and sustainably. Our experienced logging force is trained to the highest standards under the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Call me, Jake Moody, at 601-416-6266. Good Hope Land and Timber. Locally trusted, landowner approved.
Fork County Electric Power Association has spent more than 85 years working to improve the quality of life of all we touch. And that's why we created the Fork County Foundation. Thanks to the generosity of Fork County member owners, the foundation has awarded more than $2.5 million to organizations that support the communities we serve. If you have a 501c3 organization that helps improve the lives of Fork County members, visit forkcounty.org and see if the Fork County Foundation can help you.
Looking for quality and convenience? Matheson Hardware and Building Supply has you covered. We deliver lumber, roofing, doors, windows, and more straight to your job site. And check out our full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools, plus plumbing, electrical, and Valspar paints for every project. And now we're your local source for guns, ammo, and so much more. For over 100 years, Matheson Hardware has been built on a legacy of customer service you can trust. Go find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them today at 662-263-4583.
Find a friend in the banking business at Bank Oklahoma and take that friend with you using Bank Oklahoma mobile banking. Manage your accounts, make deposits, payments, and transfers anywhere and anytime. Bank Oklahoma offers small town feel with big city convenience and the personalized attention you deserve. I'm Joy Faulkner at Bank Oklahoma. Better together, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Talkin Dawgs on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here on SuperTalk 100.9, supertalk.fm, and the SuperTalk app, or anywhere you get podcasts. I appreciate you guys for checking us out once again each and every week here on Wednesdays from 9 to 10 a.m. Don't forget, if you're ever in the Golden Triangle area riding around town on Wednesdays at 9 a.m., turn me on, and we'll have some good conversation about Mississippi State sports. I am absolutely thrilled to have a new sponsor on this show, Matheson Hardware and Building Supply in Matheson, Mississippi, right down the road. If you're going down Highway 82, stop in to Matheson Hardware and Building Supply. That building has been there for over 100 years, and I'm going to tell you exactly why it's special to me. This is a building that was, in this business, was owned originally by my great-grandfather, Mr. Noah Ellis. And Mr. Noah and his two sons, one of those being my grandfather, Stanley Ellis, they owned and operated that business. It was a very successful business for many, many years. Ellis and N.S. Ellis and Son Hardware. And then it was Oswalt's Building Supply for the last, I think, 30 years or so. It's now under new management. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to have Matheson Hardware and Building Supply on with us. They've renovated that building. It's absolutely beautiful when you go in there. So organized. They have everything that you can imagine, from lumber to all your building supplies. They have Valspar paints over there for your projects. Any kind of plumbing, electrical projects you have, you can go there. They have a full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools as well, and they deliver. If you need your building supplies delivered to you, they will bring those to your project. I want you guys to go check them out. It's a great local business. They're incredible people, and they'll take care of you. They got a lot of great local items in there that they're selling as well. Right over there across the railroad tracks in Matheson Hardware and Building Supply. They're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them at 662-263-4583. They also have a website, mathesonhardware.com. Go check them out today. Appreciate you guys over at Matheson Hardware for believing in Talkin Dawgs and being a part of the show. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about what we found out yesterday. The big news coming out yesterday, I think it diminished a little bit from Jeff Lebby's press conference. I don't want it to, but Mississippi State losing defensive end Will Whitson and right tackle Blake Steen for the season. Whitson especially is a humongous loss for Mississippi State. When he's been in the ball game, he's been an absolute game wrecker for the Bulldogs. He has been very difficult for opposing offensive lines to handle. He did that at Coastal Carolina. He was emerging as a budding star at Mississippi State, another great defensive lineman to come out of this place. and he goes down with a knee injury that's ending his season. Happened in the first half, and I didn't think Mississippi State's defensive line and defending the run was the same when he went out of the ball game. So, I asked Jeff Lebby about, losing a player like that. Also, if they plan on trying to seek a 7th year of eligibility for him next season. And also a clip in here as well about Jeff Lebby's thoughts on the Starkville versus everybody tag that has gone out. Let's listen to Jeff Lebby on those two things, and we'll come back and talk about it. Coach, is there an opportunity for Will to get another season?
We sure hope so. We're in the middle of that right now, so we sure hope so.
And also, you set out in the offseason to increase your depth for situations like this possibly, so you're not put in a bind. How do you feel about that position after what you've seen the first 2 weeks?
Yeah, Will was playing at a really, really high level. He was making plays. The guy was not staying blocked. So he was doing some things that were really, really close to being elite and special. The positive for us, if there is one, is that we've got guys at that position that are capable, very capable, whether it's Tay, Bam Bam, Red, Joe Head. We have guys at that position that, again, can go play winning football with us, and there's no doubt about that.
The whole Starkville versus everybody thing, I know you talked about this morning and a little on Saturday too, but why do you think that's just becoming kind of a rallying cry maybe for this team and university?
I do. I think it's because for whatever reason, there's this rap that we get that's not true. And so we talk to our guys nonstop about no comparisons. We don't compare ourselves to anybody. We're not looking at any other programs. I don't wonder what other programs doing to help me make a decision on what's best for our program. And to me, that's what it's all about. We're going to do exactly what we need to do for Mississippi State, our program, our university, our community, and to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward and be exactly who we are.
All right, that was Jeff Lebby on Will Whitson. It's great to hear that they're trying to get another year of eligibility for him. That would be great for Mississippi State to get him back next year. It would really be tough to have that guy for 2 games. That's all you get him because he was really set to take off. I really hate this for Will Whitson. He was having an amazing season, and being on this platform, being in the SEC, he was really going to take off. So this is just terrible news, and it's tough news for Mississippi State too, who looked like a defensive line totally transformed at this point. But now you've got to regroup. You've got to find a way here for somebody else to step up, for someone else to be your guy out there. You've lost Will Whitson for the season. It's time for Deontay Anderson to step up, which he had a big moment, a big sack on Saturday night against Sam Levitt on an incredible play where he really just bull rushed the right tackle, pushed him back into the pocket, and then tripped up Sam Levitt. It was one of the best plays we've seen from Deontay Anderson. I thought Travion Williams had a good game as well. He needs to step his game up also. Red Hibbler from down the road in Louisville, he's going to have to be better as well. It's just going to take a team effort for Mississippi State to be able to replace what they lost. And I said it yesterday, I think the overall ceiling of the defense probably drops a little bit with the loss of Will Whitson. But I'm not ready to go into Mississippi State's not going to win another SEC game this year because of this. I think there's a way that Mississippi State can supplement what they've lost here with Will Whitson. And hopefully they're able to do that because the defense has made tremendous strides. You have all this momentum. Let's see if these players rally around this and they can make something happen here. Also to the point of Jeff Lebby, the Starkville versus everybody tag. It started on our message board, Maroon and White Daily. Come check us out. The True Maroon message board was absolutely insane this past week and is only getting better. That's where that tagline started, and Mississippi State ran with it. I love the fact that Mississippi State ran with it. You had the stuff coming out last week with Kenny Dillingham talking about Starkville, and I didn't really think that it was totally a shot at Starkville or anything, but what he said worked against him, and it worked for Mississippi State. And now our folks at Maroon and Company are coming out with Starkville versus everybody shirts. You're seeing that tagline everywhere across the internet. I love that for Mississippi State fans. There's so many people out there that punch down at Mississippi State and Starkville. And what I say about that is forget these people. The people from Starkville and the people that visit this place frequently, they know how special this place is. They know that this place is different. It's not a big city. It's not a metropolitan area. It's not a place where you're going to have a lot of big box stores and things like that. But the people here, the food, the culture is amazing. And for the people that don't come here and they don't know what it's about, their opinion doesn't matter. They're just taking the cheap road. So, yeah, it is Starkville versus everybody. And Mississippi State people should feel that way. Stop the all shucks act. Stop giving these people what they want. Those people don't like it, deal with it. Because Starkville and Mississippi State, I think, are really moving forward, and they have a chance to really boom here. And this football team is a big part of that. If Mississippi State can get this football program back to where they want it to be, there's a chance that I think this thing can really take off. All right, guys, we're going to take another break here. When we come back, we got Starkville West Point to talk about and some other news around high school football that I'm excited to discuss coming your way here on Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9 The Golden Triangle.
Bank Okolona is committed to the communities we serve. We offer the small town feel with big city convenience and give you the personalized attention you deserve. Come see me, Gene Childs, Community Bank President in Houston and Manatee. We have locations in Aberdeen, Bruce, Houston, Manatee, Okolona, and Tupelo. Bank Okolona, where we are better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Landowners, are you ready to turn your timber into real value? At Good Hope Land and Timber, we specialize in helping landowners like you make smart, sustainable decisions. Whether you're planting a final harvest, thinning a stand, development thinning, or managing your forest long-term, our experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. We're trained in the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and follow best management practices to protect your land and maximize your return. Call me, Jake Moody, at 601-416-6266. Good Hope Land and Timber, locally trusted, landowner approved.
Hey, this is William Wells. When you drop your vehicle off with us, you can trust us with our ASC certified technician. We'll take care of everything you need. Brakes, struts, shocks, alignments, check engine light, tune-up, tire sensor, tires, everything. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Starkville, West Point, and Columbus, and let our team give you the championship service you deserve.
Cover more ground and get more savings on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Gas-powered with a top speed of 40 miles per hour and outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo. All backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Visit your Kubota dealer and get the Kubota Sidekick for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 48 months and save up to $300. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit H&R AgriPower, your local Kubota dealer at 841 South Frontage Road in Columbus. H&R AgriPower has the power to get you more.
Hello, I'm Lee Burrell, proudly serving Tibahaw County. The Citizens Bank has been serving our community for over 116 years, and I'm proud to be part of this vital community bank. With over 22 years of financial experience in commercial, mortgage, and consumer lending, I'm here to help with all your loan and deposit needs. Call me at 662-323-1420 or stop by my office located at 201 Highway 12 and say hello. I'm looking forward to meeting and talking with you soon. The Citizens Bank, www.thecitizensvilla.com, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Power up your convenience with the 4-County mobile app. Managing your electric account has never been easier. With our free mobile app, you can view your bill, balance, and account details, report outages, track restoration progress, and make secure payments online. Stay informed by scheduling alerts and reminders for important account updates. Whether you're at home or on the go, the 4-County app puts control in your hands. Download the app today and experience the power of convenience.
Looking for quality and convenience? Matheson Hardware and Building Supply has you covered. We deliver lumber, roofing, doors, windows, and more straight to your job site. And check out our full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools, plus plumbing, electrical, and Valspar paints for every project. And now we're your local source for guns, ammo, and so much more. For over 100 years, Matheson Hardware has been built on a legacy of customer service you can trust. Go find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them today at 662-263-4583.
Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk. on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here on SuperTalk 100.9. Again, thank you to our sponsors that we talked about earlier, Jess Brantley and now Matheson Hardware. We're inviting them into the party. Go check out both of those. We'll talk more about them here shortly before we get out of here. Great conversation so far about Mississippi State and what they did. They have another game coming up this week, so we'll see if they're able to stack good weeks here for 3 straight weeks. I tell you what, Starkville was not able to stack 2 straight good weeks. It was a very rough night over at Hamlin Stadium in West Point for Starkville. For West Point, it was a big night, and I think this was kind of a coming out party for the Green Wave, and we all know what they're capable of. We know that this is a program that is as proud as they come in Mississippi. They lead the state with 13 state championships. They've been to every state championship in Class 5A, I believe, since 2016 now. I mean, they're coming up. If they go to the state championship this year, I think that's 10 straight seasons, which is just unheard of and absolutely incredible. And this is one of those West Point teams. I was remarking to some people on Friday night at the game. This is one of those West Point teams that they just look like they're going to absolutely dominate the majority of their games the rest of the way. And you're sitting there going, what do you mean? Don't they do that every year? Well, not really. I mean, they have some teams that they just they do their thing, they win ball games. Then they have the teams every couple of years that look like they can beat just about anybody in the state. And this is one of those teams. And they'll have a chance in a couple of weeks when they play Tupelo to really measure where they're at. But to do what they did against Starkville this past week, I think says a lot. 48-15. That was your final. It was the biggest margin of defeat for Starkville against West Point since 2008, I believe is what I found in my research. First win over Starkville since 2019. I was at that game as well. Luke Altmaier was at quarterback, and West Point just absolutely wore out the Yellow Jackets that night. But this was a different kind of wearing out, folks. This was absolute brutality up front. West Point dominated the line of scrimmage. They scored on every possession. The last possession of the game they did not score because they kneeled it out. 27 points in the second quarter alone. That's where the game really got out of control. Starkville in the first possession, they came out and they got inside the red zone. They had to kick a field goal. And from there, West Point just took over. They played West Point football the way that it's always been played since Chris Chambliss started there, and now Brett Morgan has just kept it rolling. I want you guys to hear real quick some thoughts from Brett Morgan. We're going to start with him, and then it goes into our interview with John Carr as well. Here's Brett Morgan for West Point, followed by John Carr from Starkville.
Be a one-sided game. Did you expect that? Yesterday I talked to you. We thought it was going to be a close game. Did you expect it to turn out like that?
Not in the Golden Triangle, and it was a tight game right there early. We just kept coming, but that's a fine football team, and so they have all our respect. I'm, just very, very thankful for the way we were able to play. Played really clean, able to, really play a full team football game. Couldn't be proud of how our defense played. Defensively, they're a very explosive offense. We scored 57 points last week, so the job our defense did, the job our offense did of controlling the football, staying on the field on third downs. I don't think we punted all night. So it was just a really good team win. We got to clean up some things in special teams. We gave them too many yards in the special teams category, but we'll get that fixed.
You may have answered this already, but not too many times you see a running clock in this rivalry game.
Yes.
I was about to say that way.
I don't think that still had set in, but they're a fine football team. Everything, really went well for us tonight. We played really well, but they're a really good team. Tip my hat to them, but I really tip my hat to how we played tonight too.
Seemed like you guys, when Colt got that 20-yard run on fourth down and scored the next play to go 14-3, it seemed like that kind of took the momentum.
It was a huge play, and Colt made some really big plays. Colt does so much that you don't see in the stat sheet. He's a heartbeat of this football team, and so that was a huge play. And to get up there and then, we just got that old momentum rolling on them, and in a big rivalry game like that, it's kind of like a state championship. When that momentum gets on your side, I've been on both sides of it. It's hard. I'm just thankful, praise God, that we were able to experience this night.
You've been here for a long time, and you guys are so good whenever you get the possession. You guys are playing West Point football.
We are. That's right.
Could it be any better than how it was scripted tonight with you guys controlling the ball and doing
that was very good. That's how we want to play football. It allows us to control the ball on offense, play really good defense. We got to be, as I said, a little better in special teams. And last week was the total opposite. Louisville kind of West Pointed us.
Yeah.
We had 5 possessions in that ball game. Our defense bowed their neck, kept them off the field, did a great job with that. But absolutely, that's the brand and how we want to play.
Here with Coach John Carr. And Coach, we talked last week this game was going to be totally different than what you saw against Oak Grove, and West Point just played West Point football. They had the ball in their court pretty much the whole game, how they wanted to play. How did you kind of see that one unravel for your guys to happen the way that it did?
Yeah, I didn't think we played very physical, very sound football tonight, defensively especially. We didn't get one stop. And, we knew coming in they were going to play this brand of football. We tried to stimulate it in practice. But evidently, we didn't do the necessary things to get our guys ready. We didn't play our best. And at the same time, that kind of threw us off of, what we could do offensively. Felt like we were having to press, and so therefore it played out just like they wanted to, run the football, chew up clock. But the thing that's disappointing for me is that we as a football team gave up a lot of explosive runs and passes, to them. And we didn't make them earn it. We gave them some just big chunk runs. And so we got to go back and make a lot of corrections. We got some things to fix. And our guys, I think, got humbled tonight. And I think they're going to understand that every time you put on that Starkville helmet and jersey, you're going to get everybody's egg. They're going to be ready to play you. And if you don't match the intensity from the beginning, then nights like this are going to happen. So we've got a team, I think, that'll bounce back and be excited about playing again next week. And we got to lick the finger, turn the page, move on. But we got to do a better job of putting our guys in situations to stop people.
I think sometimes we forget these are still kids, and they were hearing it probably all week about how great they were and how great that win was and all that. Do you think this was something that could be good for them, that you can really build on? That they, like you said, they got humbled tonight. Is this something you feel like you guys could learn from and you could move on in a positive way?
I hope so. If they're a mature group of guys that understand how athletics and football work, they'll go back to work and do the things that we did early in fall camp and over the summer to get back to the gritty Starkville that we were, and not this thought we've arrived type mentality after last week. And just felt it today. Didn't feel like we were as locked into things and attention to detail as we were last week, and it'll show, and nights like this will happen when you're not giving your all to this game, and so tonight was one of those nights where I didn't feel like we didn't play as good as we could, but they were, tip your hat to them. They played their brand of football and physical and got after us.
Big thank you to both coaches from West Point and Starkville for their thoughts on the game. And this was just, they got the belt out in this game. West Point did. It was 398 rushing yards in the ball game for West Point to Starkville's 42. And Starkville's they got to go back to the drawing board here. John Carr and company, I think they were feeling themselves a little bit. I asked him about that, this week, that you had such a great week. Everybody's patting you on the back after what you did against Oak Grove, who, by the way, lost to Germantown on Friday night. Both teams kind of having a hangover from that game. I think they were feeling themselves a little bit, and they got humbled in this one. West Point came in. They were the more physical team, as they often are, and they just took it to the Yellow Jackets. So Starkville has got to find a way to get back on track this week. They're going to Meridian. They can't afford to let down because you have Louisville next week, which is going to be a lot like West Point. They're going to want to ground and pound, and they're going to play really tough defense. So very tough week ahead. Really tough 2 weeks ahead for Starkville. West Point's going to Noxubee. I will be at that game on Friday. Excited to see Kamario Taylor's younger brother Jaden Taylor once again and see how that game plays out. Always a good game. And we had some other big games in the year. Choctaw County came back and had a big win over New Hope. East Webster goes and beats down Nanawayo on the road. Starkville Academy with a big win over Winston Academy. They're off to a really good start over at SA. Eupora with a dominant win over French Camp, another team that's off to a great start. Our area teams are doing really, really well. And Starkville was the team that was actually the one that had the rough week. So we'll see if they're able to bounce back this week. Excited to bring you coverage of the Starkville Daily News. Make sure you pick up a paper this weekend for that. All right, we're going to go to another commercial break. When we come back, we will cap off this show with the end of this thing. I hate to say goodbye, but it's come that time. So we'll be right back. This is Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk, SuperTalk 100.9.
When you're a Yellow Jacket, school spirit isn't just for game day, it's every day. That's why the Citizens Bank created the School Stash debit card for Starkville Oktibbeha schools. With every transaction, select credit instead of debit, and we'll donate 5 cents to the district. It's an easy way to show your pride and support local schools with every purchase. Stop by 201 Highway 12 and get your School Stash debit card today. The Citizens Bank, in your corner every day. Member FDIC.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota MX Series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity and transmission options. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
Visit H&R AgriPower, your local Kubota dealer at 841 South Frontage Road in Columbus. H&R AgriPower has the power to get you more.
Power up your convenience with the 4-County mobile app. Managing your electric account has never been easier. With our free mobile app, you can view your bill, balance, and account details, report outages, track restoration progress, and make secure payments online. Stay informed by scheduling alerts and reminders for important account updates. Whether you're at home or on the go, the 4-County app puts control in your hands. Download the app today and experience the power of convenience.
Hey, this is William Wells. When you drop your vehicle off with us, you can trust us with our ASC certified technician. We'll take care of everything you need. Brakes, struts, shocks, alignments, check engine light, tune-up, tire sensor, tires, everything. Stop by any of our 3 locations in Starkville, West Point, and Columbus, and let our team give you the championship service you deserve.
Looking to get the most out of your land? Trust the experts at Good Hope Land and Timber, your full-service land and timber company with years of experience in forestry and land management. From land and timber purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting, our team handles it all, safely, efficiently, and sustainably. Our experienced logging force is trained to the highest standards under the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Call me, Jake Moody, at 601-416-6266. Good Hope Land and Timber, locally trusted, landowner approved.
Looking for quality and convenience? Matheson Hardware and Building Supply has you covered. We deliver lumber, roofing, doors, windows, and more straight to your job site. And check out our full line of Milwaukee battery-powered tools, plus plumbing, electrical, and Valspar paints for every project. And now we're your local source for guns, ammo, and so much more. For over 100 years, Matheson Hardware has been built on a legacy of customer service you can trust. Go find them at 281 Scott Avenue in Matheson, Mississippi, or call them today at 662-263-4583.
Find a friend in the banking business at Bank Oklahoma. A friend who's there when you open your first account, when you buy that first car, and when you find the home you've been working for. At Bank Oklahoma, you'll find local people with local answers, ready to serve you with the customer care you deserve. Hi, I'm Tim Alford, Community Bank President, Bank Oklahoma in Aberdeen. Come see me or call me at 662-369-2772. Bank Oklahoma, your friend in the banking business, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk on SuperTalk 100.9.
Welcome back to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk here on SuperTalk 100.9, sponsored by Jess Brantley, Alpha Insurance. Go check out Jess today in West Point, South 4th Street, 36 South 4th Street in West Point. 494-4142. That's 662-494-4142. Start saving today with Alpha Insurance and Jess Brantley. He'll be happy to help you with any of your insurance needs as it comes along. Mississippi State 2-0 with an opportunity to move to 3-0 this week as they take on Alcorn State, an in-state foe coming at 5 p.m. on Saturday inside Davis-Wade Stadium. I don't think it'll be quite the atmosphere we saw against Arizona State, but it's still probably going to be a good crowd there because State fans are absolutely thrilled right now with what's happening. Still a lot of tough games to go. You got Northern Illinois next week at home, and then Tennessee, which is going to be a massive game. And after that, on the road at Texas A&M, on the road at Florida, Texas at home, Arkansas at Arkansas, Georgia at home, at Missouri, and then Ole Miss to close out the season. Brutal schedule ahead, but this team is starting to pick up confidence. I don't think there's a lot of teams on this schedule that want to see this Mississippi State team, especially at Davis-Wade Stadium. The national perception of Mississippi State, to me, felt like it shifted last week. It really felt like things were changing for Mississippi State for the better, and that I think that the perception and the thought process of little old Mississippi State and we can go to Mississippi State and get a big win, I think that atmosphere is coming back into view as one of the toughest in the SEC and one of the toughest nationally. So I'm super excited about where things are headed. Let's see if Jeff Lebby and company can keep it rolling. I don't think this team is a playoff team or anything like that, but my perception and my thoughts on if they can get to a bowl game certainly changed. I think this team can certainly get to a bowl game, and that's, for some people, after that, you're thinking, well, why not shoot higher? Well, you can, but I think that this team is still going to be kind of a slower build. I don't think this is a national championship contender right away, but it certainly changes the thought process of recruits, of people, how they view Mississippi State. It makes it a lot easier to build a championship roster next year if this team is able to be really competitive against their schedule, even if it might not mean a lot of wins, and then get to a bowl game. That should be, right now, your number one priority is how do we find 6 wins? And once you get to 6 wins, maybe you can push further than that. That's kind of where things need to be for Mississippi State, I think, and they're off to a great start. 2-0. They have a chance to eclipse their win total already next week. It says a lot about last year's team, but it also says a lot about where this program is going under Jeff Lebby. So let's see what happens, folks. I think there's a lot of excitement in the air, and you guys should be excited. You should come to Starkville this weekend, check out what this team is building and what they're doing under Jeff Lebby. All right, guys, thank you again for tuning in for another show here at Talkin Dawgs. I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me over the last month since we've done this radio show. It's been a fun ride already. We've had a lot of great conversation over on Thunder and Lightning podcast, so go check us out over there. Come follow us on Maroon and White Daily, the greatest community of Mississippi State fans that I know. You can check us out there and go pick up a Starkville Daily, if you will, also. Appreciate you guys. We will see you next Wednesday for another episode of Talkin Dawgs here on SuperTalk 100.9, and I will catch you down the road.
You've been listening to Talkin Dawgs with Robbie Faulk.
Mississippi State with a victory here.
Listen each Wednesday at 9 a.m. on SuperTalk 100.9.
Don't you know I'm gonna make it with my friends? I promised myself I'd get by. Said I'm gonna try it with them too.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.